So let's do this. Got the 65 going. Got, don't have the white balls on it obviously, but I did a lot of work. Carburetor, fuel lines, fuel filter, flushed the whole fuel system. It's got all new gas. Clean the spark plug wires because they don't foul. Those are custom wires I made with 10 gauge electrical wire. Put new plugs in it. Put a different fuel pump that I fixed on there. Couldn't find a new one without paying an arm and a leg. Redid wiring here. Pulled all these connections out on the firewall and cleaned them all pin for pin. Pulled the pins out of these little connectors, sanded them down on both sides. Topped off the brake fluid. Mounted a better horn. Doesn't sound like a clown horn. It's got a good deep. This came off of a dump truck. This compressor is a little weak for that horn, but it still makes it blow. I'm going to get a higher performance compressor. Redid all the connections on the horn relay and the connections on the regulator. I still need to pull the connections on the alternator and clean those and check those wires. Replaced a wire that had been eaten up. And that's about it. I need to work on these running lights here because they like to pop out. That's just a design flaw. So that's why I don't like to cruise at nighttime in this thing right now. So let's do this. Got some poker face playing on 94.3. Put you right there so you can see some shifting action. You'll be able to see the road. That should work pretty good. She should fire right up. There we go. She fired right up. We'll give her a little choke. Let her warm up just for a second. I gotta adjust this rear view mirror. It keeps getting loose on me. I don't have a Phillips. It'll be all right. We're not going too far. So the voltage is 15.5, 15.6. It's a little high. It's okay. There's no computers to go bad in here really. We'll see what happens when I turn the lights on for a load. I turn the lights on now, it goes to 16 volts. I need to work on the regulator. So I put in an additional ground as well. So I added a ground from the body to the frame, and I'm going to add another ground from the motor to the frame and the body. So I'm going to add 2 more grounds just for grins. All right. I'm going to check the lights real quick, make sure I got lights all the way around. Yep, that works. Let's check our blinker. Well, no blinkers. That's okay. We're going to idle her down. That means we're not going to be cruising very far. So I do that to put her in reverse. It stops the transmission from spinning. It's just a habit. I put her in second, and I'm not even going to give her gas. I'm just going to let the clutch out, and she should back up just fine. I'm going to look for the cars. I need to mount that phone a little bit better. No power steering. So it's the first time I've had it on the road to trust it to go this far. I guess I could adjust the camera up a little bit. I might do that here at the stoplight. This mirror keeps going down. We got some poker face on the radio here. But so far it's running good. Tweak this up a little bit. There, that's better. So I didn't get to go to the crash up derby, demolition derby, but that's okay. We'll probably just go around the block. So that's the cool thing about this truck. It's got a lot of low end torque. You just let the clutch out. You don't even hit the accelerator. The first to second's a little bit slow because I need to work on the column. I have to push it to drop it down. You got to listen for it to drop. And it's stuck. You got to love that. So I got to get out and fix that. So yeah, I need to lube that up. So I'm going to have to get out here and unjam that. Because it's in nowhere land as far as the gear is concerned. It's still in first, actually. I knew that was going to happen. I dropped it too quick. We'll pull up here and see if I can fix this real quick. But I'm going to have to kill it because it won't go out of gear. I'm going to get a paper towel. That thing's all greasy. Yeah, I need to lube this column up again. So it doesn't want to go down. I'm going to have to pull this column down and address that. But yeah, from first to second, that's where they jam. So that's just the way it is on these old trucks. But I shifted too quick. I should have let it drop. But you got to see the shifter jam, and when it jams, you're stuck in first gear. You can't do anything. So these things are not built to be on the highway, and you know, especially whenever your shifter's sticking. I'm going to pull the column apart tomorrow probably and lube it because it's the up and down motion, and it's inside this steering shaft right here that it's kind of gunked up. It needs a little bit of WD-40. But I'm gonna attempt to shifter into second again when we head back to the house. But at this point, I definitely don't trust it. I need to put better tires on the front because this right front is really bad. I don't want to have a blowout. This truck's a 65 Chevy, 65 Chevy, 3 on the tree, 230 stretch 6. I wish. All right, so now we're going to attempt to put her into second. I'm going to take my time going into second this time, and we'll see if she'll drop in a second without jamming. Give her a second, there's second gear. So yeah, I need to lube this up and down part of the shaft. it's been 8 years since this thing's been on the road, and just third drops right in like that. So it's first to second is where you get into trouble. And like I said, there's no synchronized first gear on this thing, so you don't downshift into first gear. You can go from 3 to 2, and that's it. I'll hold the camera up. That's kind of a good place for the camera. I have it on the front-facing camera, so it's not as a wide-angle view as the rear one, but I can read the chat that way. So that's probably how I'm going to do it. And I can also see what the camera's seeing, and you can see me shift. So this thing's running smooth, other than that jam. Let's do another shift here from first to second, just to prove that we can do that. So with this truck, you don't even hit the accelerator. You just let the clutch out. You just feather the accelerator, and this is supposed to drop down, but I have to force it, and then it'll go into second. So I need to work on this column. I kind of rebuilt it myself, rigged it up, and like I said, this thing hadn't been on the road in 8 years. So, well, at least it says 2018, but so I'm in second gear right now, and she's going to be lugging a little bit. I'm just showing you what it would sound like in second. You can't downshift into first. But you can go to third. But yeah, if you try to go to first, you're going to grind gears. Yeah, there's no synchronized. You can't match the gear. You'll just tear gears up. So to put it into first, you got to come to a complete stop. I got to tighten that belt. So my alternator belt is squealing a little bit. But she runs smooth. See, normally you can just let her go and it'll drop and you slap it up in a second, but I got to push down and then go into second. So once I get it to where it slaps down by itself, then we'll be cooking with butter. Another cool thing about this truck is it turns really sharp one direction, and I can't remember which direction that is, but we should be able to make the U-ey here. And I think it's the left is where this thing turns really sharp. We're fixing to find out. I think we can make this U-ey right here. Yeah, it's left. Look at this. It's almost like a Jeep. Look at that. Now turning right, it doesn't turn that sharp, but left, look at that. This thing will turn like a Jeep. That's another cool thing about this truck. So if you're making a left turn, you can make a tight left turn. But yeah, I need to lube up the column because I should be able to drop her, slap her into second, and now I have to pause and make sure that it doesn't jam. But what's cool is I got the clutch out, and then I can immediately shift her into third and let the clutch out, and now we're into third. See how quiet this thing is? It's smooth. That's what I love about this truck. You can go out in a pasture, slap her into first gear, and just cruise out in the pasture. And it's got plenty of low end torque, and you can adjust the your advanced timing or retard the timing. Looks like my neighbor's going to pull out. I might wait for him. But yeah, if this thing had a synchronized first gear, that would be awesome. We're going to stop and put her in first. And that's another thing that's cool. Again, nope, you don't give it gas, you just let the clutch out. Yeah, there he is. We'll just do a circle here. But yeah, that's first gear. My tack quit working. The tack was probably 15 years old. I'm going to put a smaller tack right up here in the middle, and I'm going to move my timing control knob, my MSD timing control. You probably can't see it on the camera. I'm going to move that to another location, and I'll put the tack right in the center on the column. This thing's running really good. I just got to work on the shifter. I think I could just pull this off and hit it with some WD-40 and we'll be good. Because the sleeves, the bushings are up on the top here that are causing it to drag. Well, as much as I want to cruise around town in this thing all night, it's not really ready for prime time, because right there, this shifter should pop down and I have to force it down. So, and I'm gonna have the garage door opener in here pretty soon. So, the stereo system's really nice. I put a, this came out of a Dodge truck, like a 95 or 6 model, or 7 model, maybe even a 98, I can't remember. The tape quit working, the belt's finally crapped out. So what I do, if I want to hear any music that's not running over my radio station, I just pop this thing in here like that, and I tune it to 90.1, and we should hear music. There we go. And I can change the tracks up here, right there. Works really good. I got Poker Face, and I think Natasha. I think I got Poker Face and Natasha on here. But the stereo sounds really good. It's got good sound stage. Yeah, the text says we're at $4.5 grand. Look at this. We're running $4.5 grand. Not a chance. So yeah, if I had good front tires, I'm gonna get new front tires. And this shifter was lubed up a little better. And it wasn't nighttime. I haven't eaten all day, been fasting all day. I'm way past the 24-hour fast at this point. We'd be cruising. I can't wait though. Oh, and here's the original color of the bumper. Right here. The bumper used to be this color. Well, I painted it that color, but this is the color that I painted it. I know. I did it for a video project. That's green screen. That's a green screen color, so I can key out that color. The mids in this thing sound better than the mids in the Suburban. I'm gonna fix that one day. So if we had a garage door opener, we could pull her straight in the garage, but I'm gonna have to do that off stream. And then the emergency brake is a pull handle right here. So to release it right here, and that's really handy to have. It's way better than having it there on your, because if you have to, if you're on a hill, you got to use that to not roll back. So that's what I use to not roll back. So we'll get one more look, see if there's any fuel leaks. Nope. Got a couple valves I need to adjust a little bit. That's all right. She kind of sounds like a diesel. That's fine. But yeah, that's not what's jamming. It's the column going up and down part that I need to lubricate. I need to clean it and lube it. Move the filter up here, away from here. And actually that sound that you're hearing, there's one that's tapping. It's probably the fuel pump on the cam. That's what it sounds like. Yeah. It doesn't sound like a lifter tapping. I hear 1 or 2 lifters, high frequency, but I gotta fix the blinkers. I gotta address that. So, but the running lights are working, so the blinkers should work. So it's probably, well, I said the running lights were working. I thought we had them on. Let's turn on the lights. So yeah, they're working. License plate light works. So yeah, 318 was, of course, when I registered this thing, or got it inspected, it's already registered. When I got it inspected, that's a 5 or 10 year inspection on these antiques. You only have to take them like every 5 or 10 years. But this one I don't think I have to take anymore. I'll have to find out. Got the solar panel. I'm going to put a bigger one back here. Need to take the CB antenna off to go into the garage. So all I do is I unscrew this right here. And I really shouldn't do this with one hand because you don't want to have any sideways pressure to mess up the threads. So I'm being careful to not. And then I just set her down in the bed like that. And there you go. Now I can pull in the garage. So yeah, no blinker. Look at the tack. It's going crazy. There could still be another electrical issue in this truck. I'm finding all kinds of little surprises. But yeah, no blinkers. I don't know if my brake lights work, but I'll figure that out when I get her pulled in the garage, and I'll just let it reflect off the garage. So that's probably going to be it. C10, long bed. Here we go. There's the 65 Chevy back on the road. The 91 is back on the road. They're all insured. Oh, and the insurance on this thing, I'm gonna look for cheaper insurance. Like 40 bucks a month for this. For both of these, $39 for both. Both of these. The hood's up because I keep the battery charged because I don't have solar panels on it yet. I'm gonna put a solar panel on it so I don't have to put the battery charger on there because I don't drive them that much. I'm gonna put a smaller solar panel in here. That was just there to be obnoxious in a way. So yeah, 40 bucks a month and 40 together. Okay, so 20, 20, 40. So now I'm doing 80 a month on my insurance. So I'm gonna eventually find some cheaper insurance for this thing. Right now I got it under State Farm, which is the same policy as that, but I'm gonna insure it with Grundy, I think is the company name. Yeah, I want to go for a cruise so bad, but she's really not ready. This tire, I don't trust it. This is the original white walls that I bought. This is well over 10 years old, so don't trust it. I got good back tires, just not good fronts. But once we get some shifter action going and new tires, we're gonna go for some live streams. Love you all. You know what I'd love to do? So I'd love to find Stalker. Let's see if we can find Stalker real quick before we end the stream. There we go. That's the way to end the video. Love you all.